What up, YouTube? It's your boy, Detroit Love, with another video. So I am live today on a Tuesday? I don't even know what day it is anymore. Um, Hope everyone's Thanksgiving has gone well. And just want to talk, really want to just test my internet, just upgraded my modem. Want to make sure everything is good to go there. And so just want to talk about a few things. So my Evercade, I'm really digging this little device. Uh, it is it is very lightweight. Battery lasts pretty long. I use it for days and didn't have to charge it uh, at all for several days of using this thing. I don't sit and play for hours and hours of any of my handhelds, um, but I do play for a little bit once I turn it on. I'm normally using my um, I'm usually using my Nintendo Switch, and that is what I typically use for my handheld pleasures. But this is a new addition. This is cartridge based. You see, there it has the Tomb Raider loaded into it in this video, and uh, that game came with it. So it came with 3 games: Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3. I also picked up the Duke Nukem 1, 2, and then the 3D. You see the screen looks really nice. There is a little bleed out on the menu screens, but I don't really notice that at all when you're in the actual games. So that's kind of weird. Um, the Tomb Raider seems like it has some audio issues that seem to be on this cartridge. Hopefully they'll come out with an update to improve that. But otherwise, pretty nice, pretty nice looking device. Nice and small, uh, portable, fits in your pocket. Really good. So I did 2 videos on that. You can check out on the video on my website, and that is I did the unboxing and then I did the review. Typically with me, the reviews are really scripted. You know, me calling out things that I hope that people will be interested in. The unboxings are just raw as I unbox it and whatever I say and do at the time. Um, I had a little fun with this video. What up, Thor? Yes, this Evercade is really nice. For $100, I think I paid like maybe 120 because I bought the Duke Nukem as well. This was the pre-order back. It was, I mean, so long ago I don't even remember. The guys were talking about it on the Super Game Room dudes, and I bought it right there online. So I pre-ordered, and then I had to wait forever. Um, what up, Jason? A little alien. Appreciate you guys stopping in. Um, you guys, I'm my site is always a little different. It's just all about whatever I'm doing. So seldom am I talking about things that I'm not actually involved with and doing. So just a few things I want to talk about today. I want to talk about this Evercade. If you guys have any questions about that. Also, I want to talk about New Wave toys. Their little play sets. I think there's an interesting idea, but I just made up my own little mock thing, which I think looks great and gives a nice backdrop. I also want to talk about the GRS. I bought the Build-a-Cade like back in 2023, February. It'll be 2 years in a couple of months here, and it's been just sitting there. And then finally, I'm getting off my butt and going to do that. Uh, so let me take a look at the comments. I guess I can overlay these things, but you guys already talked about some things. Okay. Uh, My office PC has been crashing like a mofo. Even did a fresh install, can't keep it stable. So I'm pricing out some replacement parts. Yeah, that's always a pain in the rear end when your PC, your main driver, is acting up. Um, Thor asked a question: are you liking the Evercade? I'm half tempted to get it just to have Tomb Raider. Um, I haven't played Tomb Raider in decades, and so I gotta get my mind. I bought it to play Duke Nukem, and I didn't even realize Tomb Raider came with. I'm sure I saw that when I ordered it, but took so long for it to come. I totally forgot that Tomb Raider came with it. Um, so, uh, how can I do this here? No. Yeah. Okay. So I totally forgot that it came with it. Uh, so I'm definitely looking forward to uh, getting back into some Lara Croft, because it's been a long time. What's this? I think I played on the PC initially. It's been so long. PC and then PlayStation 1. I'm thinking I would have played Tomb Raider on. Who we got in here? Let's see who else we got in here. We got Thor. We got Jason, Little Alien. Got John J. Hello. Dan Z. What's going on? Appreciate you guys stopping by. Um, yeah, $100. You can't beat that. CD-ROM titles. Um, yeah, they're huge. They're huge, and they get fit on that little cartridge, so that's pretty nice. And they look really really nice, really crystal clear. Again, I did a review. I did an unboxing. I had a little fun with the unboxing, throwing in some clips and things like that, just to get my editing skills fine tuned for the winter. Winter is definitely coming. If you take a look at the unboxing, you see when I opened up the door to get the package, it was snow everywhere. Um, it didn't stick around long, but it stuck around just long enough to chill everything out. What up, Hollywood Polo? Um, uh, I didn't get any games because I got this game that came literally on Black Friday, so that was cool. The only game I bought download recently was Madden for the Xbox, Madden 2025, Madden 25. I had Madden 24 because these Lions been rocking, right? They really came out hot last year, and I've been playing a lot of that Madden 24, and then the Madden 25 has the current year's roster. And I typically do not buy um, any of the games this early on, but you got to have this history. You got to have this. I have to have this cemented in history, this part of history into my gaming collection, so I can be able to pull out and play some Gibbs and Montgomery and all those guys. So without a doubt, that was a no. Uh, that was an easy decision. So I have the CD for 2024 and the download for 2025. So I do not like just having the download version because those people could go out of business, stop allowing things to work, yada yada yada, right? Um, so what have you guys purchased for Black Friday? Hollywood, you put the question out there. What did you get? Jason says he didn't buy anything for Black Friday. Putting the parts together um, for the new PC. Yeah, that's a pain. This PC is probably 4 years old now, and it's still doing everything I need. I bought it to hook up to my At Games pinball, and I still haven't done it. Uh, my At Games, both products are down, not because of At Games, but because my At Games still works, but when I moved it from across the room, the plunger stopped working. So that's a little bummer. I have the arcade controller board on it, so I can still launch the ball from that, but that's a little bummer. Um, all right, so Let me take this off. Switch it back to this. All right, so let's look here. So I want to talk about the mock-up. So here you're looking at a mock-up of the new. We don't need to hear me. So this thing came out really nice, and all I did for this, and I literally just threw it together within a few minutes. But I've used this website for years, and I'll type it in. Do I have a pop-up here? It's called blockposters.com. Blockposters.com. If I can spell it right, that's not spelled right. Block. Now I don't need to have any cap. Block posters. I think my fingers are going too fast. .com. Let's correct that. All right. So blockposters.com. I use this when I had my 80s party. I did an 80s arcade party down here years ago, and I made like Michael Jackson. He's still up there. Run DMC. I got Bad Boys. So I made these posters that I put on my Dexter walls here for that party, and some have fallen down, but some of them are still up, and they look really nice. Now you can cut them where they keep. You can just tape them together where they actually have the lines in them, or you can, obviously cut out the white lines. But even with the lines, they still look really good. Michael Jackson's been over my TV for a long time. So you see here, I just trimmed these so that the black line separators aren't there. What up, Golden Graham? Golden Grams. So all this is just a piece of cardboard. I just measured it to the 32 by 20, and then I have these little. And I just have these little book stands, and they're black, so it's kind of blended in. Put in front of my face. There you go. So just these little book stands, and I inserted this side up into the cardboard. Okay, and so the cardboard is held by these, and then you have one. The smaller part hangs over the back of my table, and the bigger plate sits on the top of the table. And so two of the arcades just sit on it. So if this was the table, I have it sitting like here. This piece is inserted into the cardboard. This is hanging off the back to give it stability. And then the larger plate sits on the desktop, and the arcade cabinet sits on this bigger plate and weighs it down. So it's just held down by two of these little book ends, and I have the block. So here's a block posters. So when you upload your picture, it will ask you how many pieces of paper do you want. So depending on how many pieces of paper that you choose, that's how big this thing is going to be. You get to pick the size and then how many pieces of paper you want for the puzzle. How many pieces of the puzzle, because it's basically a puzzle. And so this is what I put on the front, and then on the back, I still hadn't done the back. So the back is just going to be my logo and the lion's symbol. And so this is 4 pages wide. So these are all the pieces of that puzzle. And so you just piece it together. Okay. So it's four wide and 2. So it's 4 columns and 2 rows of paper. And I put it in portrait. You can do portrait or landscape. So you pick out what you want. And this is just a free version of the website. They have a version where you can pay for higher resolution and a little more control. But I've used it for years for free, and it works just fine. Yeah, those and these are really tiny bookends, little metal things here. I'm sure every office probably has tons of them sitting somewhere because everything's almost paperless now. My office has tons of them, but most of the ones they had at the office were really large, very tall. But these were really small and compact, which made it nice. Hollywood Polo asked, "Have you checked up on the new coin ops?" I I have not. Like I said, I started to say earlier, both my at games products are offline. I started to say about the pinball because the plunger's not working, and my Bobby Voo thing, I still hadn't got that after all these years hooked up. But I can still play the pinball with my uh, legends. My legends, I have Glenn's uh, joystick, the Tron stick, and I tried to mod that thing and put some extra lights in it and drop the screw, and now that one's all wiggly. And then I tried to take that back out, but the screws are stripped because At Games made these deep wells with which needs a little tiny screwdriver that you can't see. And so I'm basically have to just cut that plastic off the base of that thing just to be able to put the regular joysticks back on. So it's not working just because I got a flimsy joystick because I lost one of the screws. So I have not used any of the coin ops in ages, and I have so many different ways to play all those games. It's really not a loss to not have that available. So to answer your question, no, I have not. And Jason said he has not either. What up, Jr.? So if anybody's interested, you can see behind me my board. It just because those are just sitting there. That's a nice spot for them. They used to be across the room. Now I have my quarter arcades in the spot that these used to be. Those things take up much more space. This little table behind me gives me another counter, and this gives a backdrop, so it looks really nice. I'm gonna do another backdrop for the quarter arcades as well. Is obviously going to be a little taller because those cabinets are taller. So I have to. That'll be a project I'll do at some point in time. Yeah, I haven't used. I had the coin ops on my at games pinball as well, but I think my brother had needed. I gave my joystick, my stick to my brother. I had modded um, a Mortal Kombat countercade with one of those mystery encoder mods, and I gave him my stick, and I haven't never replaced it. I mean, what do you think of the quality of that? Um, I think you meant New Wave Toys backdrops. Now, obviously, theirs is made out of better material than the stuff I have here. Uh, put this up here, and where did I go? And let's share screen. So obviously they're now this is the cheaper thing that I emulated, right? The playset. This is like $50. Um, magnetically charged, so you can put these little pieces anywhere you want on that board because they're magnets. So that's pretty cool. Now the playtime, that's a lot more expensive. If we go back, let me turn this off. You know, if you like these type of things, I mean, look at that, 250. I mean, this is. We saw that the the Dow is actually $100 of that, right? And all these little pieces, and you assemble that. I mean, you obviously have to have a huge space. 47 pieces. I mean, this is a dedicated space, right? that you would have to have in order to do this. Now, what I don't get, and maybe it's, I'm sure it's going to come at some point in time. I would love to see this fully assembled, right? A video or something where you can actually see this. That's pretty cool. See this with your cabinets. That would make these things uh, more appealing, right? To actually see those things. Yeah, I'm never going to have enough space to do like that whole timeout, and then the timeout arcade. That's not something we never had a timeout arcade in my area. I never heard of timeout arcade until I saw New Wave Toys. So I don't have any nostalgic connection with that. If I did, maybe that would make sense. But for me, the brick wall makes a lot of sense. And with their brick wall, those window inserts and the little posters, those are all black light friendly, right? So they'll glow in the dark and things like that. So that's pretty cool. Obviously, my mock-up is not going to glow in the dark and do those type of things. So yeah, I always wanted their boombox when they first came out. I'm pretty sure those boombox came out on a Kickstarter type thing, and I kept saying I was going to do it, and I never got around to doing it, and then it was too late, and then they weren't available. They brought them back, and I just still haven't. But I really like I really like those boom boxes. They got the little Sony, the Walkman charger, and things like that. They have a lot of things that are just cool, and obviously you don't need all of them, but any of those things. Like I have the keychain that is like the 25-cent coin insert, and those are pretty slick. I use those for my keys for my actual real coin doors in the arcade. So they have a lot of great little gadgets. Yeah, the shipping was outrageous. It and I think it helps because back in the day, remember they used to always say shipping and handling, and they've gone away from that over the years. But some people just literally just ship it, right? They have a process, and really people aren't really involved, so really it's just a shipping cost. But when you're handling it, right, someone's got to go retrieve it, put in the box, and that type of thing. Then that cost, we're so used to Amazon with their automated process, they don't really have to pay for handling because they have robots and all this type of stuff, right? um but like my wife does this body butter, um and when she ships those out to her customers, she has to buy the boxes and do all that. So it's the product has a price, and if it's delivered to them, it's one cost. But if it's shipped, it's going to be shipping and handling, right? Because you have to pay for it to be shipped, but then you also have to have a box and tape and all that stuff to do it. What up, P Dubs? So I think if when it's shipping and handling, I think you should say shipping and handling, because that when you just say shipping by itself, then people have in their mind what shipping should be. But you're really paying for the shipping and handling of that product for a small time company like this, or like my wife with her products. What up, P Dubs? How's my internet? Am I look like I'm underwater like I am on Super Game Room Dudes? I upgraded my router, and so I wanted to do a live show just to test it and make sure everything is good to go with that. New Wave Toys needs to bring back some of the arcades that are sold out. Will help sell this new backdrop item. Yeah, and I don't know that New Wave Toys, do they use the Monkeyer collector? They don't? I don't think they number their products. Um, and I know we've had them on the show, and they've said they don't like to redo it because it depreciates the value of the resale market. But I think after so long, it makes sense to do those cabinets again because I mean they're in the business to make money. I understand they don't want to, you know, affect their previous customers' value on the product, but you know, you can always make the new product different, different color, something different about it where it is actually a different product than the original one, but still offer the other, the same games. I know I would definitely like to get a Centipede from one of these guys that have the smaller scale cabinets. For sure, because Arcade One Up is not selling to existing customers. They're reaching out and getting new customers, and you can't get new customers if those customers can't buy your new products. You know, yeah, New Void Toys and quarter arcades. They're they're in it to make money, obviously, but they just have a different philosophy. They're making collectors items versus new products, but still, you gotta come up with a way to have new products. Otherwise, you're not making enough money. And that's why they're doing these things like this to try and get new money from old customers, right? Because they buy these little play sets and things like that. But still, like you said, if you only have one because they haven't come out with new ones, then what can you put into your play set? So you have a catch 22 there that you have to resolve and fix some type of way. And there's only so many cabinets that they'll have licenses for or that they can do. So they have a they have an interesting problem that they created themselves that I would think that they would need to resolve um, if they want to make more money, right? Um, all right, so I think these DIY like I did using the blockposters.com is definitely something that thank you is definitely something that if you don't want to spend, but I mean this was if you got access to a printer, you can go to your local library, print and color, get some scotch tape, a cardboard from one of your boxes that you got, right? A couple of bookends. Um, I actually hope I wish they would come out with something like the stand I use, like these bookends, because I think this is a lot sturdier than what they're saying. Um, their product, because their product is either they said by Velcro, which I'm assuming you Velcro it to a wall, or you do the elbow bend, the L shape to have it stand. And I don't know if the two ends, if you got two of them, will they magnetically stick to each other on the ends? I don't know. Um, so stop sharing that screen. And so the other thing I want to talk about is the I think upload this video. I guess I don't have to upload it. I can just run it and share the screen. All right, but I do want to do this here.
Game on.
I do want to finally get put together my Build-a-Cade. I want to get this thing built over the winter here, and I want to make it look like Donkey Kong. And so purchased the Joe Szabo Donkey Kong 3D kit and his stickers or or whatever, vinyl, whatever you call those things. Um, Acrylic. They're full acrylic art kits for the Build-A-Cade. And I don't know why when you pick his things on his website, they don't show you the actual image of the one you're picking, which makes it a little difficult to see. But this is what it's going to look like eventually. So I'm gonna take Glenn's Retro Shows Build-A-Cade that I purchased. I bought it back in 2023, so in February of 2023, while it was on sale, and they just had a Black Friday sale. I think I got it for about $50. So I just ordered a Raspberry Pi because I know I have a Raspberry Pi. I know I have a Raspberry Pi 4 somewhere, but I can't find that one. I'm sure I got a 3 somewhere as well, but I couldn't find one, so I purchased a new one. That was like $48. And then the Joe Szabo thing, which is crazy that this acrylic kit with the 3D parts was more expensive than the Build-A-Cade and more expensive than the Raspberry Pi to put into it. So these three things together is probably about the price of going to be about the price of um, a New Wave Toys product or a quarter scale, a quarter arcades. So but it's going to look nice. So I don't have any Donkey Kong in my collection. I don't know that those edges on that didn't look very good. They're spinning around there, but I think this is not Joe Szabo's either. See those edges there on that left side? That's not looking too good. Um, but so I am excited to get this thing because I didn't realize it came with a card. I was looking for a card, and I have a card, which I think I put inside the box, but because I never opened this thing, so I'm finally gonna get this thing opened up. I'm gonna get it built, and I'm going to have it look like the Donkey Kong. So I'm pretty excited about that. I think the reason they don't remake cabs is because they have limited resources and would rather bring out new games than to use those resources, making something they already have so less valuable. Yeah, and that's exactly what they said. But again, but there's some cabins they just haven't made yet either. So yeah, they got to make new cabinets. They got to make cabinets people want to get. Um, all right, cool. So have do any of you guys have the GRS Build-A-Cade? Is that something you guys are interested in? Have you guys purchased any of Joe Szabo's products? I don't know how long it's going to take for that acrylic to come either. Um, they say they build them in the order that they receive the orders, and they don't keep them in stock. So I have no idea when I'm going to get that. I don't want to put the unit together and then have to take it apart again. So I'm kind of hoping that comes pretty quickly. If I do put the unit together, I just won't put Glenn's stickers on it or vinyl on it, and I'll just wait to get Joe Szabo's. That's going to look so good. I haven't done much with my Build-A-Cade in a while, but they are an amazing product. Can't wait to see yours. Did you get this just the stock controller, Thor, or did you get any of those extra controllers where you can switch out um, the controllers with a spinner or a roller? I can't even think. We call it roller ball. Um, I know he has a double joystick if you want to do like Robotron. But mine's gonna be Pac-Man, so I only need the single joystick. Let's see here. Let's see here. What else did I have on here? Volume. Share screen. So I think this is cool toy. Just putting together that Build-a-Cade. And like I said, I hadn't even, I buy these things. I buy them because I say, okay, I need to do that, and then I never had a chance to open it. So again, I've never been inside my box. I have no idea what comes with it, and so I'm looking forward to putting this thing together. I didn't, like I said, I see the card there. I didn't even realize it came with the card. It comes with everything you need except for the pie, and so that's pretty cool. And the games, you had to get your own games. So you just built your stock. Been meaning to swap it out, make it a pole position cab. But I think the My Arcade will arrive before I get around to doing it. Yeah, this My Arcade is I had never owned any of their products before, but this thing is nice. Goofy Foot, hey, how you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. You built the Robotron. That is nice. Robotron's just so hard to play for me, man. It drives me crazy. Well, because I don't have the right controllers. Like if I was using it with dual stick, it'd be a little easier than trying to do the buttons to shoot. Which button shoots backwards? So it's not fun without the right the right equipment. That's for certain. So Goofy Foot, does Joe Szabo have like a Robotron 3D in the vinyl so that it looks exactly like a Robotron, or just curious? Yes, this is ETA. I'm sorry. I said cool toy. Yeah, ETA Primes building it. Yep. I haven't seen any ETA Prime stuff. None of this stuff has popped up on my feed for a long time now. I have to go to a site and see what he's up to. Always been a fan. Always been a fan of the guy. Can you use a game stick on the Build-a-Cade like a coin house? I know you can transfer files to it, but it's a Raspberry Pi, so if you can do that with a Raspberry Pi, I would imagine you can. But I don't know if you. I would imagine if you can put a stick into a Pi and run it, you can, because it's just a Pi, right? Okay, so you did get the Joe Szabo acrylics for the Robotron. Cool. Seems silly compared to a 3-4 in the full size, but I was so excited about the pole position that I was only waiting for it to go on sale. As soon as I bought it from Best Buy for $40. So yeah, this pole position is a lot of fun. I mean it's lightweight, and I don't know how people play it in their hands like that. I can't play it like that. I have to sit down on a tabletop. But this is a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I definitely enjoy playing this. This game has just been one of those games that as soon as I hear that sound, I'm just back. I'm just back into the 80s. Not necessarily that sound. Let's start. Coin up. Pole position. Start. Prepare to qualify. That's my sound. When I hear that sound, I'm ready to go. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah. I mean, I wish it had a better, this is the actual ROM, Arcade ROM, had a better demo mode where it would give more sounds. It has a very limited sounds for the attract mode or the demo mode. But yeah, that's one of my classic games. um, that I played a lot of as a kid, and I always couldn't wait to get back to the arcade to play that. Jason says, still want to know where all the new My Arcade products disappeared to that they announced last CES. Wonder if they canceled the new Game Station Pro, Atari Mega, etc. I didn't follow them. Like I said, they were just weren't on my radar. I had never had any of their products, so I don't know. I do know they did announce this at CES last year, and I know that the button arrangement was different. They had these buttons up here, and people were kind of it's like, oh, you accidentally hit the home button. Because I know I get wild with some games. If you ever see me play Madden, uh, I'll hit the button and I'll be in the menu at the pause button. When I'm playing my next door neighbor or my buddies, there's always going to be at least once in the game where I'm getting so wild with that I pause the game and they had to exit out of that menu. And so I'm glad they took their advice from the feedback from the public that saw it at CES and put these buttons down here where they're not in the way when you're driving. Yes, they changed the imaging. Welcome to the show, Dane. Yes, they took out the cigarettes ads and things like that, right? But as far as gameplay, uh, it's the same. And I think that's so silly, right? Who cares? I mean, we know how strong advertising is, but I think these things are going by so fast, and if you crash into it, I don't know. I think that's silly. Oh, but what I am extremely excited for, what I'm extremely excited for is, did you guys see the little teaser on the from the mystery encoder? Do you guys see the mystery encoder's little teaser? I won't say it. See if you guys know what I'm talking about. Uh, I don't know which group that I'm in that they put the teaser on. I'll just see if you guys come up with that real quick. I'm going to see if I can find it real quick. Ah, blew it. I blew it. Group posts. There we go. Let's put this down here. Like that. Okay, let me get back to the comments and see. Yes, Blitzmiths. Blitzmiths. Yes, for sure. So I am hoping that they make this thing available to be able to convert my Arcade One Up Blitz to actually have the late hits. Boom. Uh, that would be awesome. And all those people that got rid of their Blitz would be so salty. So, does any of you guys still have your Blitz or ever had a Blitz? Let me know. I had no interest in getting rid of that Blitz. I love that Blitz. Even without the late hits, it's a fun game to play. When people come over, there's definitely one of the cabinets that gets some play. I think we're having a Christmas brunch this Sunday, and so we'll have people over, and I'll have all the arcades on, except for the at games because they have out of order, but not because of them, it's because of me, you know. But they'll have plenty of games to play. Thor and John J. What was John J asking? Can you use a game stick on the Build-A-Cade like coin ups? Okay, and the answer was yes, you can. Thanks for answering that, Thor. Um, Bobby, what up, Bobby? I didn't know you was in the chat here. Um, still have Blitz. Still play it weekly. We have to play sometime online. I haven't played anybody online. I don't think ever. Uh, I don't know. I don't know that I did. I don't know that I have. So Bobby, hit me up in the. Are you on my messenger on Facebook? Hit me up on there, and let's play. Let's play. A lot of fun. I love that game. Jason says he's never had the Blitz. I was going to pick it up from Ollie's at $2.99. Yeah, and now I've seen them. I think Best Buy had them for like way more than that now. I got mine from Sam's Club. I think they initially came out for one price, and then they reduced the price, so I took it back and got the price adjustment. So that worked out good for me. I got Blitz for super cheap. Can't get rid of that. No, that's definitely a keeper. Picked yours up at Ollie's. Yeah, I should turn it on now. Yeah, I don't know. Again, it's been so long. I don't even remember how they even. Can you make a private room and then jump into the private room? I think that's how it works, right? Or one way it can work. Um, Let me do this. All right, so I turned on the Arcade North. But the Blitz and the Blitz, the NBA Jam, and the Killer Instinct don't come on automatically. Because they have that soft push power button, so you have to manually turn those things on. Thor says, "Yeah, I got the Sam's Club price adjustment too. I think it ended up paying like 162. Yeah, I don't remember. I don't think mine was that low, um, but it was definitely cheaper than when I originally paid for it. That is for certain." Uh, Stop it! Stop it! Say NFL Blitz receipt. Sam's Club. So I ordered this, and so I paid $3.17, $2.99 plus tax. This was when? Why is there no date? December of 2022. December 2022. Paid $2.99. So yeah, you got quite a deal there. But like all things with Sam's Club, if they keep it in the shop and it goes lower, and within 30 days, you can always go and get another adjustment. I know I have this pergola in the backyard. I think it was originally $9.99 and it was $7.99, and I think I bought it at like $5.99, and it went on sale again. So I went back. I think I went back twice and got adjustments on that price. So that's pretty cool that they do that. And sometimes you get those employees that act like it's their money, and like, you've already got an adjustment. Look, I don't care what I've already gotten. Give me what I'm asking for. It's not your money. Give me some of that money back. But you always have those people like, man, that's not your money. Is Sam your uncle? Is Sam your uncle? No, he's not. Yeah, so I am definitely hoping that this Blitzmints, that we get our Blitzmints 2024, uh, because this is cool. So they're teasing. And was it blood when he got hit? Let's see that again. When he gets hit here? Nope. It's like dust. So if someone sets up a game on Blitz, we can do that right after this live ends in about 9 minutes because we're going on an hour. Um, Because I got it for $2.99, and while I was still waiting for it to arrive, somebody posted a photo of a lower price in the store, and they honored it. Nice. Yes. Now in Michigan, we never had any of those fire sales where everybody else around the country was getting cabinets for like $50 and $75. That has never existed anywhere. You know, I run a Michigan-based Arcade One Up group called Arcade One Up Michigan, or Michigan Arcade One Up, one of the two. And so, you know, we post and share things. This, we've never had that. So I'm not sure why that's the case. Sure would appreciate it. I think the cheapest cabinet I ever got was like maybe $250. I think that was my Galaga, which was a Black Friday mistake because it was marked down for just long enough for me to get it, and then they increased it back up to $299 uh, after my sale. So it wasn't, supposedly wasn't, it wasn't supposed to be that price. So, but that's the cheapest price I got, and I have not sold any of my cabinets. I think I mentioned on the Super Game Room Dudes the other day, if I was to sell any cabinet that's an Arcade One Up one, it would be the Big Blue. I bought Big Blue because I like Street Fighter and thought I would play people online, but I just don't. I for some reason with online, I got a bad taste in my mouth years ago when you would go on with the Madden and people would unplug their connection and cheat. Right, they're losing, and they would disconnect so they wouldn't get the loss, and you know it just made it so frustrating to play. So I never really played online, and then you had the Call of Duty and those type of games that came out, right? And if you don't live online and know the boards like the back of your hand, uh, it's no fun because those professional people, they're just killing you like fish in a bucket, and so that was never fun. Um, and I think I have played Watch Dogs is one of my favorite games. Watchdog 1 and Watchdog 2. I even bought somebody suggested the newer Watchdog, which I played a little bit, but that one's that one's quite different. You get to have a team of people, and 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 if one person dies, or you can try and save the person, get them out everywhere they're injured and they get healed up. It's the complexity to Watch Dogs 3 is just crazy. And I played that quite a few quite a few missions on there, and that is definitely a different take on Watch Dogs. Um, but I think I prefer the older ones, which I don't even know if I even have that loaded on my system. I know Watch Dogs 1 is, but isn't, but I know 2 is, and now 3. 3 was a download, so I don't have the media. And Watch Dogs 1 and 2, I have the figurines, so I got the collector's uh, edition of those games. I typically don't buy any game at full price. I wait till it comes to game stop, and I get it. So this is the figurine from Watch Dog 1, and this is the figurine from Watch Dogs 2. Um, and I don't know that I would get Watch Dogs 3. You see I put the money in his hand. I don't know if you can see that. It's too close. So he's typically holding his phone, but I have him uh, holding a dollar bill. Now you can't see it, I don't know, but he's holding one of New Wave Toys dollar bills that come with my charger, cash charger. Oh, so that's pretty cool. So that makes them fit into my arcade very well, and they're like the perfect size. They're the perfect size for that arrangement. So it worked out really good and gives them a place to live. They used to stand on both sides of my TV, and so it's better for them to be in the arcade than just watching me watch TV. So that worked out perfectly. Uh, Anything else that I need to be aware of? Because I'm not online. What am I missing? Anything good that I should know about in one of the groups that you're in? Something of interest in the arcade world uh, that you think is relevant for me to check out. You kind of know my tastes from over the years. I don't. It's a lot of games I don't play, um, but I like interesting. I like sports games. I like God of War, those type of games. Watchdog is one of my favorites. Um, and I don't know. I like a lot of those games, um, but I seldom care about finishing the entire game. It's very few games. Star Trek, the new Star Trek Kirk video. Okay, I'll have to look that up, John J. Thank you. Um, Always been a big fan of Star Trek. Um, More so, I grew up with that. Captain Kirk and Spock, and even the newer generation. I didn't mind that. I think there was a third series where it's like a woman that's a captain. I don't know that I ever really got into that. I think it's called a New Generation, or I don't know what that newer version of Star Trek is. But so yeah. Now which platform do I see this? Is it on Netflix or Prime or you know another streaming video service? How do I watch this? Do I have to rent it? Have a good night. Oh, I didn't even know you were here, Iceman. Hello, good night, good evening, and goodbye. I appreciate you stopping by, man. I appreciate it. Um, yeah, Iceman, you came in and snuck out. Well, you didn't sneak out. You announced that you're leaving, but appreciate you coming in. Um, on YouTube. Oh, easy. Okay, I have YouTube Premium, which I can watch that without commercials. So that's going to be great. So I'll definitely do that. Um, are you guys all excited for the any football teams this year? I'm a big NFL fan. I'm a big football fan. The Michigan Ohio game was crazy. They had the little the little fight at the end. The Michigan players tried to plant their flag on the Ohio field, and they didn't like that at all. They both schools got fined $100,000, which seems like a lot, but obviously to them it's not a whole lot because they obviously have that much money to get fined that amount, right? But both teams got fined for that rumble in Columbus there. Pretty crazy. But I'm definitely looking forward. Yeah, Dallas is definitely having some struggles. Um, Detroit, I think Detroit's becoming the new America's team. I think we got a lot of people that's loving what they're doing because they're just playing some great football. And nobody really, Detroit didn't get a lot of prime time play back when they sucked. So it's like the first time really people are getting to see the Lions and they're playing lights out. So that's pretty cool. So we're going to be playing Green Bay. That game Thursday night on Prime is going to be a crazy game. I don't know who's going to win. I'm definitely hoping for the Lions to win. But the Lions got tough rest of the season. This NFC North is just so tight. We're at the tight, but top, but all these guys are right behind us. Everybody except Chicago. Poor Chicago. Last week's game was a disaster. They fired the coach. They didn't fire him on Thanksgiving. They wanted him to go home and be able to spend some time with his family and enjoy his meal and dinner and time with family. And then next day was a Good Friday for everybody except for Chicago's coach. They let him go. Um, and But yeah, that game was just a train wreck. I mean, the way they ended it, they had an opportunity to win it. They had an opportunity to at least tie it and go into overtime and have an opportunity to win, and they just did. That was too crazy. I think everybody was just stunned. Their players, our players, everybody watching. I mean, people don't even know the rules of football. Knew they had a timeout. It was like, wow, why did they do that? That's crazy. We were even saying why they do that, and we wanted them to lose. Uh, it just didn't make any sense. Um, yeah, appreciate it, man. Lions is playing lights out. Uh, yeah, it's. I think they're going to win for sure this week, this Thursday night, but it's not going to be easy. Um, but it all depends on which set of Lions is going to come out there. We've had a lot of injuries. These guys were playing surgical the first half of Chicago, and then they kind of let those guys get away from them. So, but they're fortunate to win. They can't go in. They can't. Green Bay's going to be here at home just like Chicago was. So it helps to have the crowd. But I know people were at the game, and people at the game were not being loud, wasn't standing up like they should, making noise. It just it just was crazy. And so the fans got to stay into it. I know it's exhausting when you're at the game. It is exhausting. It is not the same game you're watching on TV because you go from these quiet points when we had the ball to just loud craziness when the opponent has the ball, and so it makes a big difference. Dane, so you got the Killer Instinct Pro. Look, so Bobby said he had the Blitz. You have the Killer Instinct. Somebody got to play with me tonight when we get off here. You want to play some Killer Instinct? We can do that. I got Blitz on. If someone wants to do that, we can do that. But yeah, I haven't played online in forever, and so we can definitely do that if you're interested. Dane, get a quick game in, put that cabinet to some use. I have it turned on. Um, Let me know if you're interested in doing that. We can do that. Um, they will get the wild card. They need to get. Well, I hope they'll get the wild card. They should. If they, I want them to get the top seat, the bye week. But it's going to be tough. They need to get the best record in the NFC. Last year, San Francisco had a better record, and that's why we had to go play in San Francisco. We need the Super Bowl to go through Detroit. Um, so that's the plan. That's what their plan is. These guys are playing lights out. Let's see if it happens. All right. Well, I'm going to be on the Blitz, and so if a thing pops up, my username I believe is Detroit Love on both. Killer Instinct. Go to live. Go to live. We'll go to Killer Instinct 1. So I'll be available there, and the regular Blitz. So I got the Killer Instinct, the regular one on the live mode. You should see me out there and have Blitz available. Dallas and Chicago, they should play each other next. So one of them can win. So Killer Instinct. I'll be They're available to go live. Blitz. I don't even remember how you do this. It's been so long. Yep, so my public name is Detroit Love for Blitz. And visible, I gotta make myself available. Visible to everyone. No passcode. So visible to everyone. Public name. Crossplay. I don't see how you change it to say who you're available to. So I think I'm just available. So I'm Detroit Love of Blitz and on. All right, guys. So I'm gonna wrap that up. I'll hang around on those two games if any of you guys are interested in playing Blitz or um, the Killer Instinct. I'll be available. Detroit Love on both those guys. Thanks, guys, for checking me out. Come and visit and talking, chatting. It's always a pleasure. And until next time, guys, I'll see you on the web. Have a good night. Good night, Sue Ellen. Good night, John Boy.